Day, Jeb Bush and the 10 other Republicans already in the race could get even more company in the form of Donald Trump. Yes, he's supposed to make some major announcement at the Trump Tower here in New York around 11:15 Eastern time. Everybody's expecting that, well, he may announce he's running for president. And while Trump told an April gathering of Republicans that if elected, he would, quote, make America great again, some high-profile conservatives have a decidedly different opinion. One of them, George Will, calling Trump an ignoramus who will get, in his words, shellacked if he jumps into the presidential race. Shortly after today's announcement, Trump is expected to head to Iowa for a rally, but the turnout may leave a lot to be desired. If Des Moines, Iowa Register poll is any indication, 58% of Republican voters in the state say they would never support the real estate mogul and reality star. Just 28% say they could back him. Here to talk about this is Michael Warren, staff writer for the Weekly Standard. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, Carol. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So look into your crystal ball. What will Donald Trump say in about 2 hours?
You know, that's anybody's guess. He could be starting a super PAC. He could be making a bid for the Republican nomination, or maybe even an independent bid for the presidency. You know, the only reason that we're really taking him seriously, Republicans take him seriously, is two reasons, actually. Money and fame. He's got a lot of both. He's given to a lot of Republican candidates and committees. And I've been to a lot of these sort of candidate cattle calls where they all come and speak and talk to groups. Donald Trump puts butts in seats because he's entertaining and he's exciting and he's funny, but he's not a really serious presidential candidate. So we may see the beginning of a candidacy here, but I don't think we should take it seriously.
Okay, so he's funny and he's entertaining. Doesn't that mean he's making a mockery of the American political system and the Republican Party?
Yeah, maybe this is like some long parody satire we're going to see as some documentary in a couple of years about Donald Trump's run for president. I don't know. Look, I mean, he thinks he takes himself seriously, and I think that is true. And he desperately wants other people to take him seriously. The problem is he hasn't put out any sort of real substantive policy issues, positions on any of these things that are actually facing the country. Other Republicans have. Even some of these lower tier candidates like Carly Fiorina or Ben Carson, people like Trump who don't have political experience, they're at least talking about substantive issues. I haven't heard Donald Trump say anything substantive about anything that's facing the country. I heard him once, I think in New Hampshire, answer to a question, what would you do about the national debt? His answer was, I would make the country richer than it's ever been, so we wouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous.
He says he's worth $9 billion. Maybe he could fund some of that himself. I read an interesting op-ed in the Washington Post, and it said if Donald Trump runs, he's so extreme and so kind of crazy that he'll make every other candidate seem sane, and that's his biggest, like, plus factor if he decides to run.
Yeah, that could be, and we have to look at the polls. Remember, he's actually polling at high enough level that he could actually get into one of these debates. I guess this upcoming Fox News debate where you've got 10 candidates, and that's where the cap is. Right now, he's making the cut. And, you know, I wonder if a lot of these lower tier candidates who aren't making the cut are looking at Trump and saying, wait a second, that's a spot that's being wasted because essentially an entertainment candidate. I've actually asked some of those campaigns if what they thought about it. They haven't really responded, but I think they are a little worried about this. So, you know, on the one hand, it could be something to distract people, and on the other hand, it could make a nice contrast for Republican voters. I don't know, but I think it's going to be entertaining one way or the other.
Okay, so last question. Should the media pay attention to Donald Trump, or should we all just ignore him?
I don't know. I mean, look, we're talking about him right now because he's entertaining and he's interesting. I think we should treat him the way he is, which is as a sort of joke candidate or joke almost candidate. He'll probably get really angry about this conversation. But look, that's more clicks, more views. I say if we can get more clicks and views, that's we're doing our job, I guess.
Okay. Thank you so much. Michael Warren with the Weekly Standard. Thanks so much for being with me. And a programming note,